Remind me, I'm with the Sixth Circuit Court.
Bob Langford with Chairman of the Council.
Greg Pound, Pinellas County.
Matt Sullivan, Chair of the Pinellas County Juvenile Justice Council.
Kathy Corey, Justice for Kids.
Tom Scratko, citizen at large, Pasco County.
Laura Nash, representing Nancy Levy for Department of Children and Families.
Barbara Taylor, Pasco Council.
I'm Jennifer Levy, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Tampa Bay, which covers Pasco County.
I'm Batchelor with the State Attorney's Office.
Adrian Carwell, Department of Juvenile Justice.
Tim Dearman with Department of Juvenile Justice.
Pat McGee from the Department of Juvenile Justice.
Now, while they're also reading, we can entertain any questions about the minutes if anyone has them. Yes, sir.
Chair, if we could, the next go-around of minutes reflect that either Pat McGee, myself, or Adrian are actual members of the board. We're just here to provide technical assistance from the DJJ.
There were kind of two columns, members, and then you were next to it.
Okay, but I think Adrian is under a member.
Yeah, okay, I'll correct that.
Thank you.
I have a question about the nomination of officers
Certainly.
that I see are listed in these minutes for April 30th. Was there a pre-notice of the nomination that I somehow missed that also? The, I mean, a pre-notice of who was nominated, of the nominees, not that would be nominations.
It was noted on the agenda for the meeting of 30 April 2012, which took place in St. Petersburg, Florida, that there would be, under new business, board member nominations.
Okay,
I don't believe any
It was
specific
no
names.
preliminary, we just took them from the floor.
okay, all right.
So it was a nomination, you had a vote.
Right, and
There was
how
a
was that?
nomination of the-
That was not on the agenda.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, we needed officers, we were already behind a month.
Oh, I know that. We moved from the project to attention.
We set the nominations out there, everybody that was there voted.
We also had it open for phone conferencing.
Yeah, I'm quite aware, but it was not the scheduled date and time of the vote that we took to have that meeting.
It was published, it was notified.
Well, I know it was, but we voted as board members on a schedule of
Correct.
dates and times, and that was not one of them.
Like, this is one of them.
This is one.
of them, yeah. the
But-
board.
When was
Are
that?
you asserting that you were not notified of a meeting and the location?
I'm asserting that that was not the voted upon location and time and place. We voted on the
We
schedule.
didn't have a location at the time.
Right, you said you were gonna submit
Correct.
Pinellas, right. But we had it voted as members of set dates for the year.
Right.
Okay, and this date, which I thought was an important date for election of board officers, came from out of the blue. I don't know where it came from. I wasn't notified as to how that process happened or occurred.
When you received the notice for the 30 April meeting,
Uh-huh.
did you have access to a computer for emailing or a phone for calling?
Right. Yeah, I think they were functional that day. I'd have to
Okay,
check.
then at what point did you not avail yourself of that opportunity?
Well, I've availed myself of a number of opportunities about unscheduled, unnotified meetings in the past, okay? I'm getting tired of no productive meetings other than gerrymandering meetings that aren't scheduled, aren't voted on. I mean, why do we vote on anything if we're not?
We tentatively set a schedule.
No, we didn't. We voted on it. We voted on
I
it.
think your point is well taken.
Okay, but why is he disputing it then?
I don't-
You were notified
What?
of a meeting
No, we
and
were
what
all
the agenda
notified.
items were, and you could have either joined us
Why?
via phone conference and expressed
I was in
your
New York
angst.
City, already planned, already paid for.
No contendere, but
I'm
did
not
not
gonna
the phone
interrupt.
work in New York City?
Yes, it did. When it
Thank you.
happened to be, when my daughter had a recital in New York City,
Mhm.
and that took precedent, and it was scheduled.
And I
Okay.
agree, we all
This
have
was
things in
not,
life that
this
we
was
make-
not voted on by me,
Mhm.
not voted by any members. I want to know why that date was selected, how it was selected, and who arbitrarily made that date.
Good question.
The meeting was held with the proper notification.
By who? There was no chair. Who?
Actually, I think the meeting was posted by DJJ as was the location. Because we had missed the date for the original meeting, which I.
No, that wasn't a scheduled date either. That's why it was,
Actually, that we had missed the date that it was scheduled on.
right?
And another one was scheduled.
And
that
another one was- and
canceled
then
That I
we-
questioned.
Right.
That's right.
Because we weren't
We weren't
notified.
the only.
That's why it was rescheduled for that day because
And,
of the.
and then we were at a point in time where we had to have a meeting, we were gonna be one meeting short. And everybody was noticed according to the same process.
So DJJ picked that date and time.
As far as I know, that's.
Well, you don't know
TJJ assisted with trying to locate
A location, and that was the date.
And
I mean,
that's what-
I got the same notification you did.
Who chose the date? I mean, because I had a commitment that day in another meeting that I could not
I
be
mean, the
on the
date
telephone.
was took the second to the location. You find a location, and whatever date you can have a location, that's the date. Never mind what the board voted on.
No, I'd have to go back. I don't know how the date was
Yeah, well, that's-
picked.
Well,
Okay.
in my opinion,
Okay, just like I have one too.
okay,
Mhm.
true. We had to have a meeting, irrespective of who determined. Everybody was noticed. If it was going to be a problem, before the meeting was actually conducted, you would have had prior knowledge of it being a problem for you, and at which point, an email, a letter, a phone call could have established the problem to everybody else, and at that point in time, if there was a way that we could have worked around it, it could be addressed. The fact that notices were given, no objections were received, and the meeting was conducted, it is a fait accompli.
Well, no, fait accompli would be nice if you had an agenda that you adhere to. You don't add things to the agenda that didn't exist.
Did I not read to you the agenda and did you not receive it?
There was no vote listed on the agenda. Election of board members was not on the agenda.
Right, I thought it was just gonna be the
Nominations.
And again, if there was any confusion,
There wasn't.
It wasn't any
I thought-
confusion,
I
it wasn't
thought
there.
Nominations.
No confusion.
There
It wasn't there, so it shouldn't have happened,
well,
you know?
in essence, it did.
It wasn't noticed, though. It wasn't properly noticed, so it wasn't properly functional. Vote.
So noted.
So noted. Let the minutes for this meeting reflect Mr. Sullivan's objection. And please also make a note that the point was also raised by me that ample opportunity was given to him to communicate to the rest of us of any concerns that he had in regards to that meeting.
Right. Sounds fair to me.
Now, are there any other questions about the minutes?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Under call for Pinellas, call for council reports.
Yes.
Under Pinellas, you've got Tim Burns giving a report, okay?
He was present at the meeting, and
Okay.
he did make a report.
Okay, but he's not a council member, nor is he going to give a report about the council, okay? So that's not,
I don't think it was a report about council.
but that's what it says.
That's what it says here.
It was a report about what had been going on.
What it says here, a call for council reports, and under
How would you like
Pinellas,
it to read?
whatever he, let's say from under departmental update. Okay, Ms. Conwell gave a report. This, I think, would fall under
Can I recommend that perhaps that go into new business?
I don't
How do you
care.
feel about that?
Just shouldn't be under Pinellas reports. Council report.
Okay, you want that under new business?
The council report should be none.
And let it also reflect that there was no report given
Right.
in regards to Pinellas.
That covers none. Same terminology.
Are there,
Since I'm a Pinellas Council chair, I think I should decide what, there was no report given. None.
and as chair, there was no report?
As non-elected chair, okay, that's a dispute.
Oh,
Because there was no agenda, no notice of any election. Okay? So noted.
so no?
So anytime you refer to yourself as chair, I
Mhm.
want you to correct it.
No,
We're not.
that's not gonna happen.
You're not gonna do that.
No.
We're not.
Oh, we're gonna stick with the illegal election.
There's nothing illegal or illegal about what happened. The vote was taken with the people that were
Without
there.
notice.
And there was a quorum there, Matt.
Without
Sorry you
notice.
couldn't make it. Done.
Without notice.
There was no.
No notice of the election.
Oh,
Give
yeah.
you a break.
Wave your arms around a little
How would
bit.
you
There was
like to have
plenty of notice. You got the same
Well, the
notice I
presidential
got.
election could be held on November 2nd. Okay?
We
Nobody
have
showed
noticed-
up?
We have absolutely noted your concern. That's it.
Good, okay.
Any more?
Huh?
Any more?
No, that covers it.
Fine. Moving on.
I make a motion to accept the minutes with the corrections that were.
Whoa, Jim Crow.
I make a motion to accept the minutes for the April 30th meeting with the noted corrections.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any objections?
Hey.
Opposed.
Opposed.
Please note, 3 is that?
Yeah.
3 objections. Any abstentions? So moved. Moving along to the Pinellas Juvenile Justice Council reports, I would like to make note that on the website, I believe the last formal minutes provided by you were April of 2011, if I am correct. Is that correct, Mr. Sullivan?
Is this a report or a question?
No, it is a question to be
I'm
answered.
not
in your
aware.
report. Okay.
Be answered, you're gonna determine what my report is?
No, I'm asking you
Okay.
why
Why?
previous reports have not been submitted
I have
to be
no
put
comment.
online.
No comment.
Please let the notes reflect when asked about updating the website, no comment.
Where is that on the agenda? Where the chair questions the Pinellas Council or Pasco Council on their
It
operation?
is part of your report. I'm
No, it's
asking-
my report, not your report.
Now you can give your report.
I have nothing to report.
Let that be reflected. Pasco Juvenile Justice Council report.
Um, we had the turnaround program, in lieu of our, last meeting, which was when